For the Southeast Arrow, I'm Clayton Hester. Conservative radio commentator and Cape Girardeau native Rush Limbaugh died on Wednesday. He spent 3 semesters at Southeast Missouri State University, and he began his radio career DJing at KGMO. I spoke to Professor Emeritus of Mass Communications Bruce Mims, who discussed the impact of Limbaugh on the radio industry. He says that after the advent of FM radio's popularity for music broadcast, AM radio was left with a void that Limbaugh filled.
They call him the savior of AM radio. When Rush's program, that we know is that daily 3-hour program, went national, he developed it in Sacramento, California, and then just a whole host of factors led to him coming to New York City, where it was broadcast on the station there. And then in 1988, the program went into national syndication. And he had, I don't remember exactly, maybe at one point by the early 90s, he had about 400 stations, as I recall, that were carrying his program. He had a nationwide radio audience. So if you understand that AM radio had fallen into decline, into a steep and severe decline, and all of a sudden they have a program 3 hours each day that is wildly popular with people who want to listen to talk radio. The phrase that got used quite a bit back in the early 90s was Rush Limbaugh was the one person who saved AM radio.
Conservative radio commentator Fawn Riggin of Cape Girardeau's KZIM says that Limbaugh opened the door for her and other broadcasters, and his speaking his mind inspired a loyal following.
People love Rush. He spoke for the tens of millions of people who feel like they can't speak anymore without being canceled, and Rush just didn't care. Rush told the truth whether people liked it or not, and I really feel like we've lost our voice. I hope that he's being respected the way that he deserves.
As for what Rush Limbaugh means for Cape Girardeau, there's a key point they both agree on.
For good, bad, or otherwise, you have to say that he put Cape Girardeau on the map.
We've lost a hero. Rush Limbaugh put Cape Girardeau on the map.
You know, it became sort of a fun thing when they would say, oh, wait, Cape Girardeau, what have I heard about? Oh, that's where Rush Limbaugh is from. Yeah. And so I remember all the attention that Cape Girardeau got, and it seems like much of that was like in the early 5 years into nationwide fame, the early 90s, up until maybe the end of the 90s, there was quite a lot of attention focused on Cape Girardeau. My opinion is that sort of died out. Didn't go away altogether, but it was not nearly as widely and often mentioned in later years as it was, you know, at the beginning of his fame.
Quite literally, people stopped by the studio even just last week to have pictures taken where he did his show when his mother was ill a long time ago, smoked his cigar in the studio and did his show from 324 Broadway. We had him on the air as of 1988. He was our midday guy starting in 1988, and he's never left.
For the Southeast Arrow, I'm Clayton Hester.